Safia from Magic Light Artista. This is my Calligraphy for Beginners alphabet series. I'll be doing a lesson for every letter of the alphabet. We will be doing 10 different styles in uppercase and lowercase. I believe anybody can do calligraphy even without fancy tools. That is why I started doing this series with Crayola marker, as it is an easy to find stationery in any household. But I have been getting many requests asking to do the tutorial in both Crayola marker and pointed pen, because there are a lot of viewers out there who are interested in pointed pen calligraphy. So I'll be doing the lesson using both. So don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. And if you would like to receive a notification when I upload a new video, please click on the bell icon below. So I guess let's get started. For this I'll be using HP LaserJet Premium Printer Paper 32 pounds. The reason to use this high gauge paper is as I will be demonstrating the pointed pen writing in the same paper, I have to use a thicker paper to get sharp, nice letters. You can use regular photocopy paper, but you won't get the sharp, nice writing, and also there is a chance of paper particles getting stuck in the tip of the nib. Then I will be using a Crayola Supertips marker. It has a thinner tip than the regular Crayola marker. And I'll be using a pointed pen. As it is easier to get the angles with an oblique holder, I will be using one. And the nib I will be using is a Nikko G nib. Today we'll be doing lowercase g. So as the first style, we'll do a basic G. I draw the thin upstroke, and then I draw the oval, and then I come down with the downstroke, and then go up in a thin stroke and draw the connector to the next letter. For the second style, we'll do a similar version of the first style, but there'll be a small variation I will show you. So I draw the upstroke and then the oval, but you can see I started inside and then I ended the oval a bit outside than where I started. Then I draw the downstroke. So you can see there is a small horizontal gap between the starting point of the oval and the ending point of the oval. Third style, same upstroke. Now I'm giving the gap on a vertical way. I end it a little bit below the starting point and then draw the normal downstroke. You can see it's a small variation with the gaps in horizontal and vertical ways. And for the fourth style, I draw the same upstroke, and then here I'm starting the oval a little bit further away and I end it a little bit inside. So you can see I have the gap, but it's different than earlier. As my fifth style, I'm going to make a small change in the descender. So here you can see it's a normal descender in the size of the oval above. But in this style, I'm going to go for a bit of a different descender. I'm doing my normal oval. And then I draw a bit big descender. You can see I made the loop a bit bigger than the usual. So the sixth style, even in this style, I'm going to change the descender a little bit. So we're going to do a different style of a descender in this style. So we draw the upstroke and then the normal oval. But when it comes to the descender, I'm gonna end it with a small swirl. Now for the seventh style. In this I'm gonna change the oval. So I draw the upstroke, but for the oval I'm gonna do a small swirl. I start from the outside of the oval, go up and then finish it from inside. You can see I draw the swirl from out to in and then draw my descender. Swirl from out to in and then the descender. For number 8, we'll be doing a geometric style. So I draw the upstroke, but instead of the oval next, I do a small triangle. You can see I do a small triangle, and then for the descender, I'm doing another triangle, more of a overlapping lined triangle. So you see how I did it. I come down and then without taking curves, I do rigid edges. For my 9th style, I'm gonna do it starting with a small swirl. I start the oval with a small swirl and I don't end it all the way up. I end it way below and then draw the descender. Now the final style. We'll be doing a flourish as usual. So I draw the connector from the previous letter in a thin upstroke and then my oval, and then I'm going to add a flourish to my descender. I do a big oval and overlap it at the end. So we've completed our styles with the Crayola marker. All 10 styles completed. So let's move on to the pointed pen. So when it comes to the pointed pen, you have to remember it's almost like the Crayola marker, but the only thing different is that this works with the pressure. The Crayola marker works even with the angle, but the pointed pen works with the pressure. So to get thin strokes, you give very light pressure. You don't give a pressure at all. But to get the downstrokes, you apply pressure to the nib so the ink starts flowing more than it did in the upstroke. There is a difference between the Crayola marker letters and the calligraphy pen letters or the pointed pen letters. The sizes are different. The reason for that is the thickness of the Crayola marker is more than the pointed tip pen. So if I'm doing bigger letters with the pointed pen, I won't be able to see the difference between the thick lines and the thinner lines easily like in this. So depending on the instrument you use, the thicknesses vary, and depending on the thicknesses, the proportions of the letters vary as well. So if you want to do small letters, you use a thinner tip, and if you want to use or draw bigger letters, you use very thick markers. So now we are doing the fifth style of the pointed pen. You just have to do it in the same way you did the Crayola marker. Just you have to dip the pen frequently, and sometimes you will see these railroad tracks going. It's like railroad tracks, like you see two parallel lines. That's when you realize you have run out of ink. So then it's time to redip it. So these small details like these swirls I did earlier are more nicer with the pointed pen because they have a much contrast and a more of a precise detail than the Crayola marker. So this is the geometric one. I did it in the same way I did the Crayola marker. And the ninth one, you see this small swirl is much easier with the pointed pen. I come down and then go up. And then for our flourish, we do the flourish. First we do the oval and then we do the flourish in the descender. We're done with all 10 styles, so let's move on to the word of the day then. So we have completed our word of the day, gorgeous, and all 10 styles of lowercase g. Also, you can find a free practice sheet in the description below, so you can keep practicing your 10 styles. So if you like this video and would like to see more videos like this, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on your bell notifications. Bye bye.